Hi, everyone. This is Faith Howard Mooney, VP of Member Engagement from the Mortgage Collaborative. And we are here today with Mike Ondrovich, who is the Director of Mortgage Capital Markets at First National Bank of Omaha. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Faith. Good morning.
We are we've been chatting here a little bit before we started, but we are gonna get going, and we are recording our second episode of Inside the TMC Family. And so what that is that is 4 questions that will be set for everybody who agrees to do this, and 1 kicker question at the end that Mike is not aware of yet. First question for you. What was your first job ever?
First job ever, I was in 4th grade, and it was a summer between 4th grade and 5th grade, and I wanted to take horse riding lessons. So in order to pay for them, I got a job cleaning stalls at the Up House Stables in Indiana, and every Saturday I'd get up at 4 in the morning, go clean the stalls, and then I'd get to ride horses the rest of the day. That was my first job.
Perfect.
Loved it. Loved it. Great trade-off.
Great trade-off, even though you were cleaning stalls.
Absolutely, absolutely. But 12, 13 years old, and I got to ride horses all day. I mean, that was bliss for me. So had a great time.
Okay, question number 2. How did you get into the industry, and how long have you been working in the industry?
Oh, wow. So I started in the industry back in 2001. I was working in Chicago at LaSalle Street Securities, and my wife and I just gotten married. 9/11 happened several months later, and we were impacted by 9/11 personally. Decided to move to Fort Wayne, Indiana, and how I got into the industry was I left LaSalle Street Securities, and when we went to Fort Wayne, Indiana, a family member was working at a company by the name of Waterfield, Union Federal Bank of Indianapolis. And the rest is history. Joined Waterfield and got into secondary marketing due to just a little bit of my background. Made some fantastic friends, some of which are actually TMC Collaborative members, and we've reconnected. And every time a Waterfield person comes across another Waterfield person, it's Old Home Week. And we really enjoy each other. And a lot of my former coworkers are still, to this day, personal friends. And some of them are even mentors, as well. I've been in the industry, call it at 18 years, 18 very fast years. My goodness, it has gone by in a blink of an eye. But I will say that I'm probably one of the luckiest people in the industry, because I literally am doing what I love every day. Capital markets it's such a passion, and the fact that I get paid to do what I do, it's fantastic. I mean, a lot of good friends in the industry, better people than I all around.
We are so lucky. I'm not quite sure that you would be feeling exactly that same thing after the March and April that we just kind of came through. But if you can live through that and still feel that way, that is just absolutely awesome.
I have a very selective memory, ask my wife. Those 3 months are just largely, there's a gap there that I just refuse to go back and remember March, April, and May. You're right. That was a time where relationships really proved themselves, because we could reach out and what are you seeing? That's where the collaborative really paid for itself in many respects, because we all circled the wagons and talked about the markets and what are you seeing? How are you handling your positions? How to trade? We all helped each other. So yeah, it was the very definition.
I love it that you just shared that unsolicited. Thank you so much. We love that, and we love helping you guys. So that works great. Third question. What is the one thing that you wish you had known when you first started your career?
That's a good question. I would probably go back to the last question and use that. And I wished I would have known 2020 were coming. I would have retired in 2019. I really
feeling that way.
I mean, oh my goodness, 2020 was a year literally that will go down in history, and 2021 looks to be building up that way as it is too. So, no, I'd probably wish, knowing 2020 was coming, There were a lot of changes, a lot of impacts on the balance sheet, P&Ls. Being able to prepare for that market in March would have been fantastic, instead of waking up one day and seeing 300 basis point swings on pricing. Yeah.
For sure. For sure. If you weren't, question 4, if you weren't a mortgage banker or in the mortgage business, what would you be doing?
I would own a maple syrup farm in northern Michigan or upstate New York. When I was in Indiana, I made maple syrup as a hobby for probably about 12 years, and absolutely loved it. It was just fun being outside, being in the woods, and it was kind of a passion of mine. And I would actually own a maple syrup farm, and probably with the goal of tapping around 1,000 trees a year. So yeah, probably didn't see that one coming.
I did not see that one coming. That it makes sense, but it was a surprise. Did not see that one.
Yeah. But it's definitely a cool thing, that I really enjoyed doing.
Very, very cool. So 5th question, random question. I promised I would be nice. I think most people in the collaborative know that you're a hunter. So my question is, if you could be an animal, what animal would you be and why? You can't
That's a really good question. I would probably pick a bald eagle. So federally protected, I'll never be hunted. Number one. But I don't. What's that?
And majestic.
And majestic. It's a national symbol. But I really enjoy flying. And what I enjoy about flying is just being able to see. And it kind of reflects onto the job too, just seeing everything and being there. I would probably pick a bald eagle, as my animal. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I know
My pleasure.
Crazy, crazy busy and jam-packed with everything that you have going on. But know that we appreciate you here. We're here to help you with anything that you need. And just appreciate the fact that you have so engaged with other people and helped other people within the network.
Well, thank you for including me, and I'm glad to be part of the network. I mean, it's like I said before, it was a very good decision on our part.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you much.
Appreciate you too. Thanks, Faith.